It's not.
Hello and welcome, I am Couch Coop and this is the 1.52 review of the Cyberpunk 2077 saga, where I think we're up to 17 patches. I don't know why, I didn't count the videos, I've got a playlist, I'll whack it in the description. What a journey, what a load of controversy, and where are we up to now? Well, I wanted to put this video out because the latest patches are bug fixed strictly, okay? But it's 25 gigabyte, right? And I don't think they've only fixed a few bugs because, and get this, the other night, I put it on and I was like, right, let's check out these shadows and ray tracing and performance, double check everything to see if they've done something that they haven't stipulated in the patch notes. And lo and behold, right, I cannot believe I'm saying this, but I caught myself playing the game. Yeah, I did a mission, I was like, hold on, I really am behind this, I want to get this finished, get some cool accolades, get some cool loot. I was in the game again, and that was incredible. It's crept up on me because all of the quests are fixed now and all of the cars have got personality and all the weapons seem to have their separation sorted out with how they feel, and the loot system isn't really bust, so you don't really come up against any brick walls or situations where you think, oh god, really, have I got to keep going? And every 2 seconds I'm stopping and just thinking, this is the best looking open world game currently available on consoles. It's breathtaking now, especially with those options on the frame rates and that ray tracing shadow stuff. We'll get into that in a minute. Here's the thing, I'm putting a video out soon about the new GTA, the new Grand Theft Auto, and what it's giving us with that current gen system upgrade. All will be revealed in the next few days, and the same goes for Gran Turismo 7 with that update. By the way, I never covered that they added some splash mechanics on the bullets, and the water just looks genuinely a hell of a lot better. It looked like chicken soup on the original base game, and I flipped out some of the modes when looking at the cityscape. An interesting thing was happening with the mist. It could have been because the time of day was changing as I was getting the footage, but when I switched it back out onto performance, there seemed to be a lot more draw distance mist put in, which is probably there to cater to keep that frame rate up because you haven't got that distance detail. That's a clever trick, and you often see that in Forbidden West they've used that, and Elden they use that trick quite a lot as well. I got sidetracked there. Yeah, CDPR have announced that they're going to get rid, no, they're not going to use the Red Engine for the new Witcher 4 game. They're going to use Unreal 5, which is a bit of a bombshell because, and you might find this quite hard to believe, I'm a really big fan of the Red Engine. I love any engine that steps out of the comfort zone that all of the standard ones do. What I'm talking about is really low damage physics and object physics within the world itself. Everything is battened down and bolted down when it comes to Real Engine 4, and I very much doubt that'll be the case with 5, but I was so behind the idea of a new engine, especially in an open world, modern, futuristic map, and this Red Engine's amazing. They say they're not going to let it go, and they're going to keep updating it, which I really struggle to believe because Cyberpunk 2077 is the only game within their roster that actually uses it. Going back to Grand Theft Auto and Rockstar, this reminds me, it's the first time I've actually got to look at the TV station in a whole screen within the game. Normally they're on these stupid placards. I didn't realise that Wakatami has got one in the office, but every 2 seconds she's talking to me about the mission. I'm like, yeah, whatever. There's an advert on about a guy eating a lion in a bun, but it forced my camera head round, which was quite amusing, to be fair.
Hanako Arasaka, the guest of honor, will deliver her speech.
Just back to GTA for the third time. Oh, Jesus, I'll get there in the end. And engines. If you go back into GTA 5, you'll blatantly see the gap between technology and, of course, what is it, the 7-year tech development that you've got in Cyberpunk 2077 with that Red Engine. It's clearly superior. And what the hell are Rockstar going to come out with GTA 6 on an engine level? It's going to blow the world apart, I imagine, because it's going to be better than what we're looking at with CDPRs.
Observe everything. main access point here.
Also, whilst we're looking at this piece of footage here, this reminded me of when I first fired up the game, because it's kind of like this mission breakdown, and it was all about this parade and snipers up in these balconies.
Who do you trust?
Huge, like massive corridor that I thought we were going to have to sort of conquer on a mini-map level. It's just a normal mission, and it was really annoying the way it's drummed up to you like that. With that brilliant intro, all these positions highlighted, it was like, wow, this is going to be really strategic. I'm going to have to take the snipers out, nothing. And I'm looking at these reflections now on the ground. Now, the ray tracing update for the current gen system only covered shadows. We need to be clear on that. But those shadows are duplicated in crispness when it comes to the reflections on the floor. So you will see some improvement when you have ray tracing switched on with the generic reflections in the game, full stop. Sections in the game that I would frequent to capture cool footage when this game first came out for an Instagram account, going back to now and looking at with these graphic improvements, is kind of eye-popping, because seeing that whole thing duplicated on the floor like that and it being smooth, frame rates not massively dipping, but just seeing a scenario that you're very familiar with look $1,000 better, it's so cool to see how much they've done with these updates over the years. And it is 2022. This game came out in 2020, I just realized. I want to cover NPC and NPC behavior and numbers again, because it kind of knocked me back a bit looking at it the other night. The sheer volume in sections of non-player characters that are on the street, and the lack of duplication. There's only one in that crowd, and that is leaps and bounds to what we were seeing when this game came out of the gate. It was like one variation on NPC and car type. There's never been a duplication on car type since playing this from 1.5. This is that new car type that they dropped in with the new current gen patch, and I'm really pleased with it. It's like a MR2 on roids with more exhausts and less weight. It's an absolute beast, and it was very welcome. Of course, something more glamorous wouldn't have gone amiss. When you're commuting around Night City, the spawn rate on the rare, cool, amazing fast vehicles is a hell of a lot better. I saw a goddamned Avenger just go straight past me. That's something that you have to buy. I think it's 50k. So really cool variation on the top tier cars. This piece of footage is really interesting. Going full whack into town, you can see the inload circle where the textures are coming in. Because I went so fast up to that area, all of the other systems would have pop in here. There's nothing. Looking around, the pavement used to be like that matte grey. Just driving in general is a joy, and working out all the cars again is cool, and getting the newer and high-end cars, from earning money from doing missions that are genuinely loads of fun. The gigs are awesome, the Cyber Psycho missions are amazing. There's really a game here now. I'm totally beside myself that it took this long and this many updates, but if you've never looked at Cyberpunk 2077, holy crap, now's the time. But you need to do it on PlayStation 5, so not too many hurdles to jump, but it is at its promised land. I can safely say that now. It's a brilliant AAA game set in one of the best looking open worlds available currently. I've been Couch Coop. If you dare!